You will sleep better than you have ever slept. You've never been this relaxed. Are you ready to change your life? I'm Rusty Diamond, certified hypnotist. You don't need to leave your house. You can stay in your bed. You can stay in your favorite chair. You just need a computer or your phone. You can get a hold of me. Stay at home. I'll make your life better.
Hypnosisisgreat.com.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Well, Miss Rusty, what is up, everyone? It is Thursday, leap year day, 29th of February. So what's up with that? I knew someone way back, uh, and was like, let's see, doing some things. And I think this was back in the 90s, and was born on a leap year and turned 100, but then I guess was only 25. So you know what it is. But old motherfucker, and there's no way that she's alive now. So you know what? Yeah, she got to be 100, so she did all right. So welcome to the Public Access Podcast here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. I'm your host, Rusty Diamond. I am some dude. So thank you everyone for being here. And I appreciate you for that. So thank you. And it's time for me to bring on my special guest right here and right now. And my special guest right here and right now is Joz. Did I fuck
Yes.
that up? I was
No,
trying to
you're
remember.
good. You're
I'm like,
good.
was it Jaws or was it Joe's? Because it was probably a year ago I had you on, and then I was like, damn, dude, like I'm gonna make sure I ask him, and then of course I didn't. So
Well, fun story. So that Joz is actually a play on my last name, which is Joswiak. And I introduced myself as Joswiak because I want to be called Joz. I don't want to be called Joe's. I don't want to be the plural or the possessive of some dude named Joe. That's not me.
that's
I'm Joz.
fair.
So, and
That's fair.
it's not Jaws like the shark either. But I do get that sometimes.
Well, I mean, so so wait, so what would it be then? I mean, it's Joz, but so like you said, you're not like Joe's, but you're like Jaws, but Joz Jaws, but not Jaws the shark Jaws. So what?
It's just me. That's just then that's
Oh,
it's
okay.
my own thing, and it's funny because I get called Jaws enough that I actually worked like the outline of a shark into the artwork for one of my newer shows as like a funny
Cool.
play on that whole thing. So plus the show's name is the Joz of Life or the Joz of Life. So
Okay.
I just kind of leaned into it a little bit.
You have to lean into
Absolutely.
things like that, like if sometimes if you got something like that, you got a name like that, you got to fucking throw in the shark. Are you doing the what's it called? Like the fuck, the artwork and stuff? Is that you, or do you have someone else? Do you outsource, or do you let Mr. Or whatever AI do that for you?
So a little bit of both. I have a guy, my brother-in-law does. He's a graphic designer by trade. Got his
Okay.
got his degree in that from Alfred University. Actually does it for New Era, the hat company now professionally.
Oh shit.
But he has his own like side company called Yelich Graphics. Shout out Ben Yelich. You can check him out on all the stuff he has. He does great work. He's done artwork for our shows. He's done jersey swaps when we were doing hats, stats, and stats. Different graphics. He created the logos for hats, stats, and stats. Tip of the cap. And then I had him creating the if you look at the Joz of Life artwork, it's got a cartoon version of me from my MMA days. And it's kind of like a hybrid between, like me with the hood up, with hands wrapped, wearing like a cutoff hoodie, jeans, and Tim's. So it's kind of like I walk around in life like that sometimes. But
Right.
it also kind of looks like Disturbs the guy from from their
Okay.
artwork and stuff. So there was kind of like
Yeah.
the the inspiration for it. And I had him making one for a co-host of mine on one of my shows, Common Debauchery. And at around the same time, he got busy, kind of slowed him down a little bit. And my co-host kind of like, it's fun, but it's, and kind of started giving me that him and haw BS. And I ended up just kind of being like, listen, man, like if you're not into it, that's fine. But I'm not going to keep trying. I'm not going to keep going. I'm not going to waste this kid's time creating an animated character of you. So
Oh
I ended up
shit.
using the animated character of me as part of the artwork for Joz of Life. So I plopped his design and I made the background, like I put the sharks behind it and stuff. And that one's, kind of cartoony and goofy, but I do some media stuff myself. I actually do more of it for my sports ventures, coaching. I run the social media for the team that I coach, creating graphics, schedules, game graphics, stuff like that. But that's all easy stuff. As far as like design from scratch, I'm lost. So no, I don't do that.
Yeah. So there's a guy I know. He lives in Minnesota, and Minnesota, hockey is
Huge.
everything. And so he got into this thing where like they're streaming all the games. There's like a network for like the high school games and stuff like that. And so they have these like smart kind of cameras that they don't need to have operators on them, and they can just go and like, sort of follow the action the whole time. And eventually, like if you spend enough for this like eliminates the camera operator, and like and it just they do live streaming, and like with get people commentating, like get hire people to commentate, and it's a cool fucking thing. And I hope it takes off on more places, because I mean just having that too. So I mean, I thought about it for wrestling, like eventually, like how nice it would be to just have, like a set, like in an arena, especially in an arena, like if it's basketball or hockey or something, where you can set these static cameras up, and just eventually, they pay for themselves, and, get rid of the camera guys. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
actually I did the first time I ever did any kind of color or play by play. I worked with a company that was kind of based in like like PA, New Jersey, over like that state line area.
okay,
And I mean their setup was insane. They had the full, two dudes with headsets. He had four, we were sitting behind home plate on the field with like a net blocking us. Um and he had 4 or 5 screens. He had the command, to switch to different camera guys. We had a camera guy up in the stands shooting down at home plate. We had one at first, one at third, and one in dead center field. So you could like look down the tunnel at the pitcher and catcher like you would see in a pro game. And like,
cool,
as things were happening, like the one guy Wall doing color was switching between cameras, and like the camera guys were following different things. It was a well-oiled machine. And I've seen, some of the local guys that we have around where I live in Buffalo, it's usually a guy with a camera and then a guy or two on color. And for sports like football and stuff, it's, they have a guy on the camera, or they have a stationary camera that they'll move just to kind of, follow where things are. Or for basketball and hockey, they kind of pull it back enough where you can kind of see the whole rink, so you're not
yeah.
necessarily following the action. But I've actually seen quite a few of those automated camera systems where even if it's just one and you're on a basketball court, it just kind of follows the play back and forth. So it's, a little bit better than just a stationary shot of center
Right.
court. But I've seen them as high tech as like 8 or 9 different cameras where you can actually switch and swap. And some of the tech that they have out there actually has it where you don't have to switch, that the camera that's got the best focus of the closest action automatically triggers.
That's
Just really
fucking
cool.
great.
Like,
Yeah.
you like, so you're not only taking the cameraman out of it, but then you're like taking the dude sitting there mashing buttons to follow the action out of it too. So you're like backing off some production needs at the same time.
Yeah, especially that live production, having to be able to do that, having that switcher and being able to, move between all those is just so nice to, be able to let something else do it and yeah, be able to focus on other aspects of it and
Well, yeah,
be
and
able
then
to up the
I,
production
I
value.
I think we both know when you talk to people about wanting to do that stuff, right? What do people want to do?
They want to
You want to
say,
be the guy on the mic, right? That you want to be
"R-
you want to be the voice, you want to be the guy.
right,
Like, hey man, want to come hold a camera for 3 hours? No. No, I
no.
don't.
Have you ever held a camera for 3 hours? And usually then if someone says that, yes, then they're like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I, or if they're like, nah, maybe I haven't. Maybe it's not so bad. But holding a camera, I mean, they're smaller than they are
Than they used to
before
be.
for the
Sure.
most part. But still, like, I don't want to fucking hold a camera for 3 hours.
Oh,
That shit sucks. Even like having a stationary camera where it's fucking just moving the shit around a little bit. That still sucks for 3 hours, dude. Like,
yeah. And
I
that's
yeah,
one of those things too. Like, if the guys who want to do that are the guys who love doing that, and those guys
uh-huh,
are far and few between. The guys who like camera work is an art to them, and those are the guys
right.
you need. But those guys are hard to find.
Yeah, and they're usually
They're
doing something
usually,
else. Yeah, they're usually pretty fucking pricey, and like that's why these things are gonna, probably price them out pretty soon. And I mean, you think about just like yeah, those people like, and yeah, they usually end up doing anything else because most sports can't afford to pay their worth, and they're
yeah,
worth it. They're worth every fucking penny of
absolutely.
that.
They sure are. And I mean, I don't know about your buddy and what they do at the high school with the guys around here. They don't get paid for it, and they basically run their network through sponsorship and donation. And then
Yeah,
they just get permission from the schools to show up and broadcast essentially.
I mean, it works.
Yeah,
It works,
absolutely.
and um, I mean, there's people watching it, so like it. Fuck yeah, man! Like bring it, and so um, so you're in you said Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Or near Buffalo,
Yeah, just outside and out in the suburbs.
on the suburbs. The yeah, nope, can't do it. No play on words with Buffalo and suburbs yet. I thought I was going to be able to get something out of that this morning, but not quite yet. So I got to work on that. But so then are you're calling stuff kind of on the side, not calling, but you're doing like live live games on the side
I have,
sometimes when you need
yeah,
feel
when
the need.
like when I can, which is far and few between at this point. Something I was looking to do a little bit more intently a couple years ago. And actually something I used to work for a local radio station in the area, and just small like neighborhood station kind of deal. And they wanted, before I got hired, they had a sports director. As I was getting brought in, he was leaving. He was
Uh,
basically like, it was just coming out of the pandemic. The pandemic kind of killed sports, like we all know. Um, they were ramping back up, but like budgets were kind of getting cut, and people didn't want to pay for. Like the station used to cover like 2 or 3 specific schools, and then like the general area beyond that, and they didn't want to like pay to sponsor things because they were like, we don't know what sports going to look like. So he was on his way out, and they were trying to like bring somebody in about a year later to like really ramp that up, and that was going to be me at one point. And then they looked, and it was a thing where they're like, well, with your work schedule, I'm like, yeah, I have to work another job because I got bills to pay. Like,
right.
I can't be available for every sporting event you want me to and lose my house in the process. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not a thing. And they ended up not really ever getting back into it to that extent, to my knowledge. But it was one of those things that during that time I wanted to bring the video component to the radio station, because the radio station actually airs Yankee games and has the exclusive rights, to the point that when the Yankees games are on the radio waves for that station, they can't stream it online, and they also can't stream other audio online. Like, so they can't have a live of what they would be playing instead of the Yankees game,
Okay.
but they can't do the Yankees game either. So it's like, listen, what that means is there's nothing that says you can't have video. You can't have a broadcast on your Facebook page. Like, so I started bringing that up and like showing them what I could do. And then during that time, they basically said, like, we're taking a step back from the sports side of things for a minute here to reevaluate some other stuff at the station, and we're not going to do that. And I was like, okay,
That was the end of them.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it was just one of those things, and down the road, I ended up getting benched from the air because I coach, and that the two schedules didn't work to their liking, I guess. But
So when you're coaching, is that what are you coaching again?
yeah, so I coach college baseball.
And so is that year round then? Or
Pretty close, because I'm not only coaching, but I'm doing recruiting. So that's the part that's year round. So yeah, we have our fall season. I'm one of 3 assistant coaches. So because I do the recruiting, and because my job doesn't allow for me to be there at 3:00 every day, the adjustment is I'm there a couple days, and every other day I'm just on the recruiting trail talking to kids. Hey, what are your plans for college? What do you want to do? You want to play baseball? Like, what are you looking at? Who are you looking at? What are you looking to do? Like, academically, stuff like that. Just try to get guys to come to our program.
so then you go to like high schools and stuff and
High school games, travel games, a lot of it right now. Recruiting has turned very virtual. There's
oh,
there's so much expansion with that right now between social media. There's actually a website. It's basically Facebook for recruiting. You create a profile, you post videos, your coaches are on there. They can evaluate you.
oh,
And it's solely geared toward, and you can, like, so I'm in there, as a baseball coach and a recruiter. So I only see baseball players, but they have it for softball, volleyball, basketball. It's pretty fascinating. So it allows me in Buffalo to connect with kids from Georgia, Florida, Texas, LA, and
without
expand
having to
my
go
reach. Yeah.
there.
And at the same time, I'm talking to local guys. I'm going to local high school games, local travel tournaments, and then big recruiting events through, more national organizations as well.
So then when you get there, let's say you get to one of these games and it's somewhere like an out of town thing. How is there like a look that people doing your job have, like where people can kind of tell like, oh hey, I think that's a scout, like or is there, you're taking notes or you
Generally
know
speaking, people take note. A lot of times you show up, you got your, the college hat on, a college pullover, college t-shirt on, whatever it might be. I have heard of, and I've done it once, where, you wanted to see what you were getting from a kid who, it was kind of more of a verbal commitment. He said, I'm already coming to the school. I want to play, and I want to see what you got, because anybody can say anything, that, oh,
yeah.
I throw 87 from the left and I hit bombs. Like, yeah, dude, but why aren't you committed? Like, wow, you're coming here, you've committed here, but you're not heavily recruited. So what's up? And this was last year with the college I was with last year that closed. But I went just plain clothes. Nobody knew me from Adam, just sat in the bleachers with a hat on the other team. Like, so his team was team A, and the game was at team B's school. And I went and sat on their
Uh-huh.
sideline, and no one knew who I was. No one knew me from Adam. Just kind of hung back, kept to myself, and watched. And it turned out that he didn't throw 87 and he didn't hit bombs, kind of thing. Like, and I know guys have done that to, like, oh, what kind of kid is he? The talent's there, but I want to see what it looks like when he doesn't know he's being watched. Like, what do you do when you're not sure who's there? Or oh, I got to be on my best. I got to look the part because I know, like, oh, that coach is here. But if you don't necessarily know, somebody's face, or you're not paying attention. I blend in well when I need to. So
Right. And so then, are you like doing any, I mean, like, so then like after the game, do you go up and you go like, oh, hey, I'm Jaws. I like what you're doing. You ever think about what,
yeah,
you
yeah, absolutely.
just,
That's it's a big part of it is, I shaking hands, kissing babies, making yourself
right.
known. Um, especially when you want to be, or you want to be seen. And it's not necessarily a wanting to be seen necessarily. It's more like when I don't want to be seen. Generally speaking, you show up, you look, you kind of have a look. People know you, like, you're taking notes, you're writing stuff down. Like, I've walked up to coaches in the past, like, hey, can I can I just take a picture of a lineup real quick? I'm there to see one kid in particular, but I want to, like, if somebody else comes up and kind of shows out, I want to know who I'm looking at, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
more so with coaches too, because there's certain dead periods where you're not technically allowed to talk to the kids. Um, and I, like, technically you're
Like,
not allowed to talk to the kids. There's no technicality about it.
like
Uh,
during the part of the year or
yeah,
like
like
during,
there's different. So last year when I was with an NCAA school, there were points where we couldn't have contact, direct contact with the kid. Um, you know, Parents could send emails, stuff like that. Coaches could reach out, but we couldn't directly speak to the kid. Um, and it changes. They've been kind of changing it a lot more recently, and it's more strict for like Division 1. But you know, like, I've walk up to coaches like, hey man, I really like your number 3 hitter. What's his deal? Do you know where he's going yet? What grade is he in? Because there's times you walk up and you're like, oh hey man, that kid really showed out. He's like, oh yeah, he's a freshman. Like, got to wait a couple years on that one, type thing.
who,
Is
so I mean, are there ways to be like, hey, this kid can get into college, like sort of like what being able to skip college and go into the pros? Is there a way, like if you're a ninth grader and be like, hey man, this guy's really good. He'd be could be a freshman in college next year? Is that something that can happen, or is it?
Not really. I've heard of the rare occasion. I mean, and this is probably your rarest of rare, like Bryce Harper rare, uh,
Yeah,
where he actually dropped out of high school, got his GED, and entered as he went in and played a year of JUCO in Vegas. So he went to a junior college in Vegas that plays wood bat, and then got drafted out of there because they basically like, he basically got looked at and they were like, listen, you are well better than everybody around you, and you're hitting 500-foot home runs with loaded metal bats against guys who don't belong in the field with you. Like, we want to see you play, like, so as what would have been like probably a 17-year-old senior in high school, he went to a junior college. Like, he dropped out, got his GED, went to a junior college and played a year there, where he was playing 19, 20, and 21-year-olds and doing the same thing with a wood bat. And they went, yeah, okay, the kid's legit, type thing. But I
yeah,
mean, that is so incredibly rare. He's probably the last one I know of doing that. You know, I,
okay,
I've heard of like that joke, like, hey, you want to forego your senior year and come play for us? And, like, generally speaking, that's a cool conversation to have as a kid. Like, you get all jazzed, like, oh my god, the college wants me. And then, like, having coached in college and been a college athlete in the past, like, you walk in as a freshman, like, you're not even close to ready if you're going to a 4-year school. Like, and the guys who are a rare breed.
right,
Because you're an 18-year-old. You go to a 4-year school, you're playing against 23, 24-year-olds who have 4 years of a college lifting program and college play. Yeah, they're just bigger, stronger, faster than probably most of what you've seen so far. Because even like, if you're playing national level tournaments against guys that are the best of the best in the country at your age, when you go to college, you're playing against guys who were that for 4 years prior to you being there. So they're just more
yeah,
experienced. There's a little bit more season on that meat, and they're just stronger because that's what happens to the human body, right? 24-year-olds are
right,
generally stronger than a 19-year-old. So
yeah, for the most part, yeah.
it's increasingly rare. Is generally the point I'm getting to there.
And then so you say it's a D3 school? Is that what you said?
That's where I was at a D3 school last year. I'm at a junior college this year.
A junior college this year. Okay, so like what? So let's say you have someone that's you're scanning for the junior college, and like a D3 school is also like, is there a way you can be like, hey, you should, come here as opposed to going to the D3? Or if you're in the D3, like if they were like a D2 or D1 school was after them, you're like, hey, you should go here instead. Is that ever a conversation that comes up?
It is, because part of recruiting is, trying to get guys to come to your, like, why should you come here instead of everyone else that's talked to you? One of the
Right.
toughest things that we have to combat, and we had to combat it last year because again, I was at a 4-year school that was a Division 3. There's no money. There's no there's no athletic money in D3. So there's no like, hey man, I'll pay, we'll pay for your books. We'll pay for your housing. Like we can't do that. Now being at a JUCO, we're a D3 JUCO, same rules apply. There's no athletic money. So, if you're talking to a kid who's getting talked to by an average D2 school, and like we're nationally ranked right now. We're 15th in the nation preseason, and that's an easy sell for me. Like, hey, do you want to? You can go play for a mid-level team at a higher level, or you can come play for a nationally ranked JUCO and maybe go higher than that in a year or two. Like that's a big sell for us, and really for any JUCO, because hey, you're going to go there. Are you going to play? Because freshmen play every year for us because they have to, because we're only first and second year guys. Are you going to go
Yeah.
and play over third, fourth, and fifth year guys? I mean, and now because of COVID, sixth, seventh year guys, 5, 6, 7 year guys. Like that's a legitimate question.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
But when they say, "Oh, they're covering half my tuition," yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's hard to argue with, the money side of it. So, we have ways that we try to like level that conversation, and a lot of it's, playing time. You can go there now, or in 2 years you can go there anyway, or maybe go somewhere better, maybe go somewhere bigger, maybe instead of a mid-level D2, a mid-level D1 wants you, and
Right.
maybe some money there.
And then if money is an issue, I mean, just like for a year or two at a junior college as opposed to going to a university, man, like how much you're going to be saving, and like your parents are probably going to, or if they're paying for it or whoever's paying for it, are probably going to be pretty happy. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can pay like
even at
a
the end of the day,
portion of
the
this.
loans, like
Yeah,
college loans are a huge topic in the world right now because they're predatory as hell.
right. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, getting someone to be like, okay, yeah, you're going to be probably paying this the rest of your life. And maybe, maybe you'll pay it off.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, then
I
you can get a house.
I just went to dinner the other night with a buddy of mine who we graduated from the same college a year apart. And the loans that he took out, I was fortunate enough coming out of college to get a job that helped me pay mine off. He wasn't. He goes, I have paid my principal off 3 times over, and I still owe money because of the interest. He goes, I'm
Wow.
still paying those loans off. He goes, I looked at what I've paid into this. He goes, I've paid that loan off 3 times, but the interest just keeps it alive. And we've been out of school for 10 years, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in there, I think. Like, it was what, you're 22, 23 when you graduate, depending upon, whether or not you're on a
Yeah.
5-year program or not.
Right.
Yeah, he's like,
Holy
I'm
shit.
still paying off my loans. I was like, oh, he got caught up in some of the Sally Mae stuff where it was 16 to 20% interest. So he's like, most of his payment every year or every payment is interest. It's not even paying off the principal. So he's like, I took,
Wow.
I took $120,000 in loans out. I've paid $440,000 back, and I haven't paid my loans off yet. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's fucking,
yeah,
that's
maybe
insane.
taking a cheaper option for a year or two, and maybe then getting some money toward playing is an option. And that's a conversation I do have with kids. Not to that level. I don't go into the whole like, do you want to be in debt for 20 years? Nah,
I would.
probably not going that road. Because that, like, you talk that to a kid, the kid like gets scared. They don't know what to talk. They don't know
Yeah,
how
that's a
to
good
take the
point.
conversation. But that's definitely like, hey, especially we have different tuition for in-state and out-of-state. Like, listen, man, $7,000 for the semester. That's nothing. It's 22
Yeah.
at the college up the road. Like,
Yeah, so for what you can do in a year would be what you do for a semester or like a term, or I get it. No, I guess that's not right. You said a semester, not a trimester. So, but still, like way cheaper.
Yeah, you could be here for almost your entire 2 years and still not pay what you paid for a semester at another college.
Yeah, that says something. And then yeah, plus I don't know, man. I enjoyed being at a junior college, man. I thought it was cool. Like you get people that are not everyone's fucking your age, and that's cool.
Yeah,
You get some people that
I
yeah,
went the 4-year university route myself, but the first one I went to felt like a JUCO because it was a smaller one here in West, like right in the city, so it felt like it was.
oh, okay.
But then
Yeah.
I went to I finished out at a different 4-year that was about an hour and 10 minutes away, and
Why'd you switch?
actually it was for sports. I played football for a year here at Buff State, and then I didn't like it, wasn't a fan. Just lot of weird stuff there with you come from a high school, like the high school I came from was very you know Lancaster pride, bleed red and black, that whole thing, and then you go to the small D3 program that's again a mid-level program, and the guy next to you would rather cut your knee so his buddy could start as opposed to win football games. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
no, you got guys taking cheap shots on players so other players can start because it's his friend, and how dare you not let my friend play type thing. I was like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. So I
Yeah.
actually transferred to a different school to play baseball.
Okay. And yeah. So then was that the end of your football?
Uh, that's the last time I put pads on. Yeah, I've played some competitive
Okay.
flag football since then, which being a
Was
big guy, being a lineman, it's basically real football, but you're not wearing pads.
okay. How is that a while back?
Actually, as recently as last year.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I, knock around with the boys still from time to time just because I'm a freak. I like to hit things. I like to get hit. So that's why I did the MMA thing for a couple years, played football, just apparently I'm a glutton for punishment.
Not wrong with that, man. I hear you on that one, dude. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta beat people up, and people gotta beat you up,
Yeah,
and that's what makes the world go around, man.
absolutely.
Um, so flag football, then you said you're still hitting people, though. Is that
Yeah.
how?
Yeah. So being a lineman, indoor and outdoor are a little bit different. Outdoor comes close to full on tackle. As long as you're going for the flag, you can do pretty much whatever you want. Uh,
Okay.
and then like blocking is all live, indoor and outdoor blocking
Whoa.
live. They're a little bit stricter indoors because obviously you're on turf, not on grass, and then turf is laid on concrete, grass is laid on dirt. So dirt's a little bit softer, generally speaking. So they try to say like, oh, open hand, straight arm blocks as opposed to throwing a shoulder into somebody. I've had shoulders thrown on me. I've thrown a shoulder or two in my day in indoor.
With no pads.
Yep,
No
completely.
pads, no
No
helmets.
pad, no helmet. Some guys wear mouth guards. A couple of guys that I know like will wear goggles to protect their eyes. Like I've had guys like leave scars and scratches on my arms because they don't cut their nails and stuff. Like it's
Oh
things that you never
shit.
think about playing football because you're wearing pads, sleeves, stuff like that. And you
Right.
know, I'm out there in for a little while when I was in a little bit better shape. It was like a spandex jersey, but then I backed off to more of like just a loose like football practice jersey because a t-shirt gets ripped playing line because guys grab and pull and tug and it's live. It's live lineman play.
Yeah.
You're banging on every single play, but you learn to be better because you're not leading with your head all the time. So
Right. Do some people lead with their head?
I've had a couple people try. Luckily,
Jesus.
I'm being 6'4", and again being aware you're not wearing a helmet, don't have a face mask. You learn to play a little bit taller up top, so you lower your pad level by bending your knees and your hips,
Yeah.
and keeping your head back. Um, I've been punched in the face on accident. I've had guys like you know try to overhand chop my arm. So like, you kick back, you put the arm out, and you got a guy coming over with a fist on your bicep or on your elbow. So the next play, like, okay, I'm gonna see if he does it again. And when he does, like, you got me the first time. The second time I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm ready for it. And the third time you're gonna go for it, you're gonna miss, and you're gonna give me your face, and I'm just gonna mush you and be like, are we done here?
Yeah.
It's all part of the game, but I mean it is. I've come home with scratches, bruises, cuts. There was a point I had Like I had like a tattoo that I got like 6 months prior has a huge scar across it from a dude who again didn't cut, like he had a coke nail. There's no other way to put it. He had a coke nail.
Oh shit.
It was like
Okay.
this long off his nail, and like he went to like pull my jersey and his hand slipped and he like cut my arm, and I was like, dude, put a glove on or get off the goddamn field. Like that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it was fun. You know, it was a good time. It was, you know, living back on the field with the boys. And
So are these guys your friends or are
yeah,
they like is it a bunch of different teams or is it like a lot of people just sort of like rotating through? So like if it's let's say someone like on some random team that with the big old fucking coke nail that fucking gets you this one thing, but like if it's one of your buddies and you're like, dude, hey man, I know you fucking love fucking having a nice little helper on the end of your hand, but man, you gotta do something.
it kind of goes both ways. You know, obviously you become friends with the guys you play with. I started playing because of my buddy's little brother had a team and they asked me to play. And
Oh,
then
okay.
me and my buddies put our own team in for a while, and then half of us got asked to play by another team in a different division. So like we would go and play 2 games in a night. Um, you know, and you get to know a lot of the guys in the league, guys you've gone against a ton of times, and like it kind of becomes that mutual respect thing where like hey, we're gonna go, we're gonna bang, we're gonna play. And generally it's like the newer guys that come in, or the like, you know, you get a little older, you're in your mid to late 20s, early 30s, me mid 30s, and you know these young kids come in all full of piss and vinegar just off the high school field or the college field, thinking like I'm gonna go play, and then all of a sudden you're like 2 plays in, you're like, dude, like could you not put your chest in my or your head in my stomach every time you rush me? Like you're not supposed to have your hand on the ground. You're not like there's rules in here for a reason. We're not wearing gear. And he's like that you then you get that kid that's like, oh, you're a pussy. Like, okay, now I'm gonna play. I,
Yeah.
I've been playing flag, but if you want to play football, I'm here. I've gotten in a few tussles, you know, out there. Um, you know, and
Yeah.
I try not to. Again, I'm usually one of the bigger guys in the field. But I take exception when there's another bigger guy in the field who picks on somebody smaller than him. Like, hey man, I'm right here. Like I don't hide. Like I don't shy away from contact. I don't shy away from aggression. And that kid is 5'4". Like when we do it, Dame's one of my favorite teammates. This kid is one of the most athletic freaks I've ever seen. He's just short and he's fast. He's shifty. And because everyone's eligible on the field in flag, he plays center and he can block and he gets
Uh,
the job done. But every now and again, to try to slow him down, one of the big boys picks on him. And this dude, you know, like just blindsided him the one play. Just like we were running a play that was a delay, and his job was to make sure he didn't get out. So when he tried to delay and turn, he just ran through his back. And my buddy Dame popped up and he was like, dude, what the hell, are you kidding? And he shoved him again. So I two-handed the dude in the back, put him on his face, and when he stood,
oh,
I was like, if you want to pick on somebody, I'm right the fuck here. And like we like nose to nose, 264, 275, 300 pounders just standing there screaming at each other. And my buddy Dame's just like, get him, bury him, kill him. And I was like, I will, don't worry. And like the refs got between us and he walked away and I stood there like, I am right here, buddy. I am not moving. Like
yeah.
they can throw me out. I don't care. And they're like the one ref who I've known forever was like, please walk away. Please. Like, yeah, I will. Don't worry. But like that dude,
So
he wasn't a problem after that because what like that, you know, it's sports. It polices itself. You have that enforcer
yep.
who doesn't let other people do stupid shit, and no one does stupid shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you kind of need those enforcers, man. They're fucking pretty important in sports. You know, a ref can do some stuff, but sometimes people just need to be put in their fucking place. And
Yep,
this, you know, it's true for a lot of things in life.
for sure.
Some people just need to be put in their place, and it's okay. It's okay. It'll fucking work itself out, and they'll wear themselves out, and then you're back to normal. Everything's back to homeostasis,
Right.
and like, here we are. Here we are. So where you probably answer this on a lot of other podcasts, but this is a question I have. Where'd you get your flow from for your announcing voice?
Um, honestly, it's just kind of me.
Okay.
It's just I say this all the time. I've said this in job interviews. I've said this, in talks with my manager. I am who I am. You're getting you're getting me. Obviously, like I have my radio voice, and when I was actually live on the air on the radio, it was, you know, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1340 AM, 105.3 FM, streaming worldwide, WLVL.com. I'm Chris Cage. Coming to you. This is Dial a Deal, and you're just a little bit more animated and stuff like that. And that comes into play, but that's something you develop. That's something you just don't come out and do it. Like, it's something I had to find. And
Right.
it was another side of me that's always existed. I've always been a talker, and you learn how to talk and inflect a little bit differently. And it just kind of it came naturally, but it was something I had to find on my own. The first time you're sitting there and the on air button goes on, you're like, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Chris Cage. And like the guy that was training me was like, bro, like get into it a little bit, like have a little fun, and just once you're able to let it go, it is what it is. And it just kind of comes out.
Yeah. And it's just fucking the show. It's the fucking show, man.
Yeah.
Side note, did you know that Chuck D of Public Enemy, the way he got his flow was by emulating Marv Albert?
Really?
Yeah. And you can kind of hear it too when you listen to it. It's kind of a weird thing. It was some weird tidbit I found like 10 years ago, and it's always kind of stuck with me because anytime I hear Public Enemy, I just start laughing. I keep thinking of Marv Albert. But yeah, dude. So so then you got like 16 podcasts, I think is what you were telling me, somewhere in there.
So it's right now it's 3.
Okay.
I've had a few. So I used to do Common Debauchery with my buddy Rotten Jack, which was it was a podcast about nothing and everything. The only thing we didn't talk was religion and politics. That was the one that he kind of fizzled out on. He, just kind of like, whatever. So I was like, all right,
it happens.
I didn't want to keep doing it alone, but I didn't want to like go through the fight of finding regular co-hosts. Like my wife will join me from time to time. But she's not like consistent with it. So that's what I kind of shut that one down, turned that one into the Joz of Life. So when I'm doing it, I can do it myself, but if I want to bring on a friend, I can bring on a friend, and it's kind of just mine. The last episode I just dropped, I actually did a segment I've wanted to do forever. I used to have a movie podcast called The Producers with my buddy Austin. He's a big movie buff. If you want a guy who can quote any movie ever and be like almost verbatim from start to finish, it's him. And I always wanted to do something where like, hey, let's like cast our own movie. Like let's pick a movie and just like who we think would be perfect for an established franchise, right?
Okay.
So I just casted my own version of the Justice League of who I think would be perfect for each role if there was nothing holding me back. Like, so there was no money holding me back, no like other filming schedules, and everybody would just say yes. Like, this is ideally who I would want to do it. I wanted to do that on that show. I wanted to do it on Common Debauchery. Neither one of my co-hosts were into it. So I said, like, this was like perfect. I can do it myself on my own show. So that's Joz of Life. It's pretty much whatever I feel like talking about. I just kind of jump on and talk. I'm 2.5 episodes in. I did like a pilot and then episode 1, episode 2. I'm actually going to be doing episode 3, I believe, either later today or after my games tomorrow from Florida. And then I was also doing Hats, Tats, and Stats, which was a Buffalo-based pro sports podcast. We focused mostly on the Bills. I've had 4 different co-hosts for that. My buddy Austin, who was with the movie stuff, my 2 brother-in-laws, and one of my best friend Taylor. That one was just kind of, it ran its course. Just kind of, we were 130 some odd episodes in. Schedules got crazy between my wedding. I coach, my one brother-in-law coaches. The other one played college football up until this year. My buddy Taylor runs a bar, so his schedule's kind of wonky. And my other buddy Austin had a kid, so things got weird, separated. So now that one has become a show called Joz Talk Sports, where I just talk sports because I like talking sports, if you couldn't tell. And then I have podcast, which is my baseball show where I just talk prep baseball. It's kind of more educational, informational, interview local athletes, stuff like that. That one, the show has been on a bit of a hiatus, but I use that as my coaching brand as well. So kind of, to advertise doing lessons, coaching, training, stuff like that. So those are the three big ones: the Joz of Life, Joz Talk Sports, and Tip of the Cap, which Joz Talk Sports and Joz of Life are the two big ones that I'm pushing right now.
Yeah, and so then just able to record right where you are right now.
Yep.
Just
And then I got a small multi-person studio out in my garage, which I refer to as my bench and brew, because half of it's a sit around man cave beer drinking station. The other half is a workout spot. And then I have a
okay.
couple of the garage necessities like a snowblower and a shovel laying around. But I have a small little table in the back that's got a couple, got a little soundboard, couple microphones, so I can do an in-person interview. I have another microphone I can add to it, actually two more if I wanted to.
Cool.
That one's also the board I have out there is connects to my phone via Bluetooth. So if I wanted to do a phone interview, I would do it out there as opposed to in here. But yeah, I kind of have my own little setup in multiple spots in my house to do kind of whatever whenever I want, which has been really nice.
Yeah.
I found I was getting burned out with the other shows and like relying on co-hosts 24/7. There's a
It's
level of burnout with that. And I'm sure I'm sure
yeah, dude, yeah, like that's why I brought this show, like, to really just get this one back going, because I'm like, I know I'm fucking reliable. I'm the most reliable person to myself.
Absolutely.
So like I'm not gonna fucking if I fucking bail, it's not like I've been setting shit up all day and then someone's like, oh yeah, dude, uh
Yeah.
not
Sorry.
today.
Can't.
Like fuck. All right. Yeah, but yeah, it's great, being able to have your own. I do like having shows with other people, but it's became more of like whenever it's cool, I'll do it. It's not as like as much as this one where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go because it's my pace. Like I'm going. Like let's
Yeah.
get these on here, and yeah, I've come to terms with that and just kind of let it go. And like I'm not gonna have a co-host ever that's gonna be as reliable as I am. So I'm just like, okay, so I'll just have my own fucking show.
Right.
I'm cool with that. I can bring people on whoever I want. So
Exactly the approach I took was I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to rely on other people. If other people want to join, they're more than welcome. And all of my co-hosts know that.
yeah,
Um, and again, we're getting into two of them coaching. I'm coaching, the other one having another kid. Damn baby factory over there. And my other buddy's still running a bar. So it's tough to lock these guys down. They all have wives, they all have girlfriends, so I'm
yeah,
gonna do me. I have one day a week that I know for sure I'm gonna put my sports show out on, because I gonna get home from work until the weather gets nicer. The practice is not gonna be something I have to worry about. My wife works her second job, so I have time. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be great. And I kind of found my passion for it again. Kind of found my fire a little bit. I'm fired up to get these things kind of going and underway. So I need
hell yeah,
like a week. A week from today, I'm gonna have time. I'm gonna be able to do it more consistently. I have ideas popping in my head every day for like, oh, that'll be a good segment for Joz of Life. Ooh, ooh, and then sports are always moving, so I can talk sports whenever I want.
yeah. So quick question. So you said you had a snowblower. Do you you have a shovel too, or do you just
Oh yeah,
only do snow blowing?
oh yeah. I got multiple shovels and a snowblower.
Okay, so like I just saw a thing about the heart attack snow. I didn't know that term until I was living in Minnesota, and then because I mean that seems like a pretty big thing, and like it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy. That would be a shitty way to go, man. So like, um, so do you get to like bust out the snowblower a lot? I had one for there for a little bit, and it was pretty nice. Like, 'cause I
I
had a shovel, growing up, but
I would love to say that I enjoy pulling my snowblower out, but the last 3 years, the weather here has been so Jekyll and Hyde, where we
yeah,
either get no snow and it's just kind of cold, or we get 9 feet in 2 days and nothing in between. Like there is at no point the last 3 years has there been that storm where you're like, we got like 8 inches. I'm gonna go out and snow blow. It's nice, light and fluffy. It'd take me 20 minutes. Nope. It's been like, oh, we're gonna sit inside for 3 days and then have to bury like unbury ourselves. Like
Yeah. Hope for the
that's been
best.
tough. Like my poor little snowblower has only been so good the last couple of times. It actually died the last storm we had. I had to get it fixed. That was
Oh
the worst.
shit.
So I was out there with a shovel, like I'm gonna die, but it's fine. So we can get out. I'm gonna die so I can go to work. Awesome.
Right. Yeah, dude, those fucking yeah, even getting the car fucking out. Like a lot of days I'm just like, nah, I'm good, man. I can probably get by with just staying here, being okay. Cause like so once you get over 40, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be shoveling snow anymore. But yeah, I still feel like I can shovel some snow.
Yeah.
But
I try to listen. I'm not gonna get away with not shoveling after 40. If my wife's gonna look at me and say, if you think you can still play sports at 40, you can get outside and shovel, big boy.
yeah, right?
Kind of stuck on that one, but
Yeah. Oh man. So okay, so people can find you on those podcasts. They can find you elsewhere. Where in the
uh,
world?
so Joz of Life has its own Facebook page. Just type in JOZ of Life, it'll pop up. Joz Talk Sports, same thing. JOZ Talk Sports on Facebook. Both of them have their own Twitter account, which I want to make sure I give the right info here. So, Joz of Life 25 on Twitter and Joz Talks Sports on Twitter. Then Joz Talk Sports has a Instagram, same thing, just Joz Talk Sports. And Joz of Life has a TikTok that I don't use as much as I would like, but Joz of Life 25 on the TikTok machine. Both shows can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I think Google's getting rid of their podcast platform.
They are.
So the big two and probably most of the other like minor ones, because they usually just kind of pirate their RSS feeds from Apple and
Right.
Spotify. So, like I know
Yeah.
all of my shows are on Good Pods. We've never done anything to put them on Good Pods. So
Yeah. They're just kind of there and like,
yeah.
oh, okay, thanks. Thanks
Hey,
for that.
cool.
Hopefully you guys are making some money off of that.
Yeah.
Uh
Common Debauchery was like at one point like the number 12 show in Indonesia.
cool,
Just
man.
randomly. I don't whatever.
You gotta fucking get out to Indonesia, man.
Yeah.
Get out there, take a little trip out there. Yeah, dude, just fucking why not? Why not? And there so then what do you do on TikTok? What's your TikTok in?
So generally it's usually just standard stupid bullshit.
Are you
So
doing like booty dances and
oh no,
stuff
I
or
am not a booty dancer. No.
okay, not
Uh mo-
anymore?
most of it is just me talking at the camera about different things. There's a couple random cat videos on here. I have gone low key viral a couple times.
Okay.
So at
Doing what?
at one point I was trying to get my buddy Rotten Jack from Common Debauchery. We were trying to find him a girlfriend.
Oh shit.
And the first video about that got like 27,000 views. I was like, what the
Oh
hell?
damn.
Um,
Yeah. Just
yeah. So I was like, I threw it up as a joke. Like it was just something we talked about on the show. And I was like, I'm going to use TikTok, try to find you a girlfriend. And
those are
it
the ones
kinda,
that fucking go.
yeah. And it kind of blew up and, it was pretty hot for a little while. We actually did a couple episodes about it. We put up a Google Doc for it being like a girlfriend application for my man.
Oh damn.
And like we actually asked the people to like, hey, link your like social media so we can like look at you and see and like
Oh
and there were some that were like, dude, go
y-
move to
right.
Arkansas. Like what the hell? What the hell are you doing here? And others I was like, don't go to Georgia. Don't go to Georgia.
If
But
you
it was
do,
fun. It was
wear a hat, man.
yeah,
Wear a hat and keep
it
your
was
head
really
down.
funny. But like yeah, it's just standard bullshit. Like it's just, a lot of like there's one on there. I've tried doing like different series at points. Like I tried doing a Buffalo Problems. Like, oh, I went to the grocery store today and saw buffalo wing flavored something. A buffalo wing flavored beer. And I was like, first off, gross. And second, like, I don't think a beer can taste like a buffalo wing. Second, it's a chicken wing, god damn it. Like that was kind of the
Yeah.
thing. It just
What
again, me being me is really all it is.
what do you dip your wings in?
Blue cheese, the
Okay.
only answer.
Man, so there's this one thing. Because I'm all for this too. There's this comedian Joey Diaz who has this bit about it, man, and it's like talking about ranch, and it's like, man, fucking blue cheese on the wings, yeah. And I won't get into. I don't want to butcher the joke, but I was thinking about that, like, yeah, dude, like fucking ranch bullshit now, man.
Listen,
Nah,
ranch is fine when you have nothing else. Like if your options are ranch or dry, use
yeah,
ranch. But if your options are ranch or blue cheese, you'd be hard pressed to have me agree that ranch is the move. It's got
yeah,
to be like the worst blue cheese ever made.
right.
Like
Yeah,
I'm such a blue cheese snob. Like I will avoid certain pizzerias that don't use like their own house blend blue cheese. So like
so they put blue cheese on pizzas there.
oh, so I'm I'm that freak. Like I eat like you order pizza and wings with blue cheese, you end up dipping the pizza in the blue cheese too.
How is that?
Elite. Highly
Okay.
recommended. I would give it a shot. Let me know let me know.
What kind of pizza?
And cheese and
What is
pepperoni,
it?
nice and easy. You know, just your
Okay.
standard pie. I've also done it with steak and banana pepper pizza, which is one of my favorites.
Steak
Um,
and banana pepper. Interesting. Okay,
yeah.
that could be good,
Uh,
man.
meat lover, same deal. You know, really anything can kind of go with it. But my go-to is usually just your cheese and pep with some wings, and then you just dip your blue, just dip everything in the blue cheese.
So then, because most, if they're serving wings, they probably have blue cheese. You can just ask for a little container of blue cheese or container or two, maybe. Um, is there a blue cheese that like you go and you buy at the
So
grocery store?
the two that we can get around here that are my go-tos if I'm buying from the store are either Rudy's or Marie's.
Okay. And are they pretty much just local to the area?
I don't think they're local. They might be, but I'm like Marie's. I'm pretty sure is like a bigger brand. I'm not sure
Okay.
about Rudy's. Um,
All right. Yeah,
but
dude,
yeah,
I was just fucking wondering, man. Man, I miss fucking living like in Connecticut, man. For that reason, dude. I miss the pizza. I miss that fucking
I was in Connecticut about a month ago. I
yeah.
got sent for training for work, and on my way up there, I messaged a guy that I know through coaching, that I'm friends with, and just said, "Hey, you're from kind of like the New Englandish area up that way. Like you've done a lot of like recruiting and stuff. You know, anything I need to know, anything cool to do in this area that you know of." And he was like, he goes, I didn't spend a whole lot of time around there. He goes, like, I know, like, you're probably not too far from UConn if there's a basketball game going on. He goes, but he goes, I know you're a pizza guy. They're apparently the pizza capital of the U.S.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm pretty partial to Buffalo's pizza. Like, it's just like the way it's made, the way it's done. I'm just pretty partial to it. And I tried some pizza at an axe throwing place. It may have been the best slice I've ever had.
It's fucking
It
wild,
was
man. Like
damn good.
I
I
yeah,
don't love the flats like how like big and flat it was. I like it a little bit more girthy, but it was
yeah,
taste wise out of this world. I
yeah.
was blown away.
Who knew? Who knew? Um, but fuck yeah, dude. Like get that. You gotta figure out the gotta mix the two with those wings, man, and that blue cheese. Bring it up
Yeah,
to
that was the thing. Like we got pizza and wings while we were axe throwing, and the wings were like meh.
cool. Yeah,
Like again, I'm from Buffalo, so no shit. The wings were like meh, but
right.
like so I was like, I had a wing first, and I was like, well, that's not gonna come on. And then I took a bite of the pizza. I was like, oh, I stand all the way corrected.
Yeah, here it is. Here's the fucking pizza place, man. Um,
Wild.
hell yeah, man. Well, dude, thanks for coming on. Fucking great to talk to you again, and I'll get you back on here
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
sometime.
Anytime, let me know.
Less time apart than the last one. So yeah, man. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy the journey, man. Tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. All right, take it easy, bud.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, so that's Jaws, man. Fucking hit him up. I'll put the links in there. You guys can do that. You know how to do that. You guys are smart. If you want to be on the show, man, maybe you want to be on the show, you want to talk. I don't give a fuck. I'll bring you on probably. If you're listening to the show, you're probably pretty cool. So hit me up on whatever, I don't know. Wherever you find me, I'm pretty easy to find. or you can email me, rustydiamondhypnosis@gmail.com, or go to rustydiamond.net. Call me, 503-974-6420. Easy, easy, easy. So thank you, everyone, for being here and listening and watching and doing what you do. I appreciate it. And thank you so much. And that is the show. Man, boom!
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.